Hey guys, it's here bringing you another video. Now, welcome to another viewer spectate or viewer coaching, whatever you want to call it. But I do these just to make it very clear because my average content is obviously on the higher tier of rating, and a lot of the viewers are more average ratings. So I like spectating viewers because it kind of brings the content back down to kind of more average rating, and hopefully this will actually help you a lot more educationally, because we're not going to see perfect play, we're going to see mistakes, and that hopefully will directly help people see themselves in these games. So Invade starts level 1. Ash actually, of all people, gets first blood. The first thing that I can just straight out say, we are watching SOLOQ, by the way, one of the, a core member of our community, is a very big AKALI advocate, is an AKALI main. We're in Gold 1 on EU West. But yeah, the first thing I can kind of just say straight away as a thing that shouldn't be, and it's not to do with SOLOQ, but if you look at the bot lane that SOLOQ has got, it's an Ezreal and Ashe. They both have healed. So yeah, that shouldn't be a thing, just to make it very clear. Heal has come something called diminishing returns on it. So if you heal yourself, then there will be a debuff, which you'll see kind of over your profile. And it basically means if there's another heal used in a certain amount of time, it doesn't actually heal the full amount, thus making double heal not really worth having. So not really to do with SOLOQ, but just educational point as a whole thing. If you are a bot lane main, don't be taking double heal. Now, Zoe is a champion you don't see a whole lot of, and I think a lot of people are thankful for that. Is an incredibly irritating champion, and that's what she's built to be. She is built to be irritating. Very, big harass, big poke, but even amazing burst by being relatively safe, and that's the thing. If you don't know how to play against a Zoe really well, she does sometimes give the impression of she's really ultimately safe. But what I like SOLOQ doing already is how you beat a Zoe is you actually take the fight to her, and she's actually incredibly vulnerable with her ultimate. And if you let a Zoe do a full combo on you with a maximum range or ulti, it's strong. But if you kind of be on top of her, reducing the distance of the travel, thus reducing how much her Q does in damage, and with her ultimate, she's always going to pop back to that exact location. She cannot stop that from happening. It's actually quite predictable how to beat one. So the first thing I'll say is SOLOQ, I think, has tried to go for some early trades, but haven't gone incredibly well, has to be said. So I would limit how much damage you're taking in the really early game, because that's obviously going to make you base pretty quick. And naturally, as a melee versus range matchup, you're probably going to have to base before the range champion, because you are naturally going to take a bit more poke than the range champion. So again, this is a clear go-in advantage, so why would you take that advantage? She's missed her sleep. It's an opportunity to go in. Unfortunately, a bit of damage return. But yeah, SOLOQ, if I was them, I would go back pretty soon, unless you feel you're going to get a jungle gank or something, but it's not quite worth it. Questionable base. I'd be surprised if this actually goes off. And that's what I was going to say. Unless you were trying to bait it, these type of bases that you're actually quite close are a bit risky. And you might not think of anything, but if you just took those few steps, then you wouldn't probably be missing any farm under tower. You miss one, but you only miss 1 XP because you didn't stay for full health. So sometimes just admitting, right, I'm going to base, but being a little bit further away, a bit more safe, probably is the better move if you're eventually not wanting to miss XP or anything like that. But Zoe's going to go back herself. She also uses TP. Hilariously, I would actually say she may not have had to use TP in this situation, because AKALI's wave clear isn't the best, at least in the early game. And Zoe could have actually held TP advantage there. I think she could have made it if she bought tier 1 boots, and she didn't. But if she bought tier 1 boots instead of maybe the glowing moat or something, she potentially could have just got back to lane. So, unfortunate situation for SOLOQ's team. Deaths have happened. Okay. So again, we're not in the highest rating. That was a bit of an odd play by Yi. You can sometimes get, if you're like, why the hell did he walk through tower? Obviously, I don't think he paid attention to the minions that were there. But he went through tower because he technically didn't know where Echo was. And Echo could have just turned up and killed him if Master Yi went, like, the whole way round, like, this way. So I'm guessing that's why the Master Yi went through tower, but just didn't pay attention to the minions. So realistically, you know, I will say I've played AKALI recently. That video is yet to be uploaded. You'll see it in a few days' time. AKALI's trading power is fairly powerful, but a lot of her strength, you know, has to be said, and you've done it. That was her real flash, by the way. I guess she tried to flash to get you into tower, but a lot of her strength is the E. So if you miss the E, a lot of her kit just falls apart in terms of damage, at least until you're level 6. But even when you're level 6, the E, I would say a lot of people underestimate how important it is. Unfortunately, Master Yi spawns, instantly goes to the grubs, which Echo hasn't even looked at yet, and the enemy team end up getting all the grubs. There is obviously, whoa, big plays. So again, going for the kill. Oh, so close. Echo will finish it off, and that was good. But yeah, unfortunate E missed there. If SOLOQ hit the E, then that would have been a solo kill. But still good to do, and I like the aggression, because that is calculated aggression of, hey, the Zoe just used flash, she doesn't have it up now, I can go for it. And that's what I like to see. When you're playing a champion like AKALI or Zed or any of these kind of assassin-y aggressive lane picks, those are the type of moments you do have to take. Is, oh, my laner doesn't have flash, they used it, I now have to go in. So it's good to see. I like the decision making of that. Obviously, I think SOLOQ probably would have liked the kill, but still, not a bad situation at all. So comp-wise, yeah, they've got a cheese Twisted Fate top lane. Again, I do think this pick, don't get me wrong, AD Twisted Fate is pretty strong, but I think the whole Twisted Fate top lane AD has been blown really out of proportion, and now you're seeing people in average ranks trying to do it. And again, without sounding harsh, a lot of people in more average ranks, hello puppy, more people in average ranks won't be able to pull it off well enough to make it worth it. And if you're going to do a cheese pick top lane, like an AD carry, nothing beats Vayne. Vayne is probably the best one, and especially in modern meta and items and like playing a lot of tanky bruisery stuff in top lane, Vayne is probably still the best. And I would even say she's probably easier to play than Twisted Fate in some ways. She has a lot more mobility, she has a stealth with her ultimate Q. But yeah, so roam is happening. You'd hope that your bot lane would... Okay, that was good. You'd hope your bot lane would go for this. The ultimate... Oh, okay, I know what was going on here. So SOLOQ actually just tried to get a double kill. So SOLOQ tried to do both. Unfortunately, was delayed to then go for the Renata because you missed your E, I think it was. He tried, I think, to hit his E on the Renata, quickly kill the Caitlyn, then E to go to the Renata, finish her off with ult. And that, again, it's good decision-making. It's good to do, and I like that's what you're wanting. And even though... Maya, don't do that. Even though I'm not a biggest fan, obviously, of Maya... Okay, give me a second, everyone. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, she was biting her bed, and you may have heard her bark. So Twisted Fate is dead again. I'm not honestly that surprised that Twisted Fate is getting beat by a Malphite. Malphite obviously naturally is good against a lot of AD cheese picks in top lane. He can build a little bit of damage. Primarily a Malphite that even builds tank will kill the likes of a Twisted Fate. Again, Vayne, although can get countered by Malphite in some ways, even a Vayne can kill a Malphite, you know? It's not impossible. So, Twisted Fate, top lane, obviously annoyed that he's not doing very well in top. So what does he do? He uses his ult and he's now roaming mid already. This could turn into a favorable thing for blue team. Ezreal ult comes through, hits the Twisted Fate, not the Zoe. But now the Zoe's on low health, and there we go. So yeah. Oh, this Twisted Fate. So this looks a bit of tilt play to me. Oh, the Caitlyn ult. Unfortunate. So yeah, Caitlyn's near mid lane. So that's 4 enemies mid lane. That's a double kill for Twisted Fate, which obviously is very annoying for the Malphite, who's been doing overall a good job. But it's Twisted Fate. So what else can you do? Malphite's up in top lane. Very happy that he is going tank, by the way. He could have probably... Again, in this rating bracket, there is a chance that they would have gone more just full AP. So I actually really like that the Malphite has been smart and just gone tank. I'd even say an item that he should consider getting really, really early is Frozen Heart. Frozen Heart is really cheap. It's 2,400, I think. And the value you get is absolutely incredible. Especially that you're against an AD carry top lane and there's a Master Yi. Like, that would be a very, very high value item this game. And you could get it really quickly. Hello, puppy. So, yeah. So unfortunate Folky does end up dead there. I can't really say that Folky himself played that badly. Obviously, Twisted Fate is somewhat of a counter to AKALI in the fact that True Vision happens. Nice Ash Arrow, and the Cheese Twisted Fate, after getting a double kill, is instantly dead again. And that's obviously why he's ultimately going to roam a fair amount, I'd imagine. Because against a Malphite, if I had to guess, I'd imagine the Malphite was near last pick. So Echo is straight on the grubs. Obviously, they lost the first round of grubs, so it's good that Echo is straight on that. Where is the Master Yi? Well, he's taking plates in mid lane. Bit weird for him to do that, I will admit. Normally, junglers don't just walk in and take plates, but they are. Oh, I don't think they should stop doing that. So I'm fine with Folky coming over. That Echo really should have stayed on the grubs. So yeah, that is... Ooh, I would say that was quite a big mistake for Echo to stop that. Because if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if they got any. So that means eventually, if Echo doesn't go back to do that, Master Yi could loop back around and they could get at least 5, which obviously starts spawning the grubs. If not, they could get all 6. So... yeah, that's a mistake by the Echo. So the thing with the Echo, and obviously, you know, so far I've not got a crazy amount to say about Folky himself, but as a jungler especially, and this is why to me jungle is the hardest role, is every single thing you do in jungle matters. And that is nice arrow, dude. Everything in the jungle matters big time. I don't think Folky... oh no, Folky did have ult. And then wait, and then back in. Very nice. And does survive just. I would be careful of a Master Yi running at you, and there you go. To me, that was like an easy prediction. Or at least you get his flash. But yeah, to me, that was an easy prediction that Master Yi would be there. You just survive. That's going to be frustrating, and it's Master Yi. Like, he runs and will get anywhere pretty quick. So after getting that kill, I don't even know if that was any ability to survive. And this is now the problem, ladies and gentlemen. So the Echo, who was on this, is now letting them get at least 5. They got the first 3. They may have already killed 1, but they're going to kill 2. So that means the enemy team gets to spawn the grubs. And that's because the Echo, for, again, a weird reason, stopped doing them. Or, again, yes, they were doing tower plates, but an AKALI going there would have been enough just to stop them pushing like mad. And Echo could have stayed on it. So, presumably, this is Folky's TP. I don't know if, like, the Renata has detected... oh, they've left 1. I don't know if the Renata's detected that the Twisted Fate is tilted or something, because it does seem that the Renata is more supporting the Twisted Fate than Caitlyn. I don't know exactly what their plan is here. I guess they're both suiciding? Yeah, they're both suiciding. Execute, and she will eventually go down too. I think Folky, I don't know, maybe could have got 1 kill there. She's really trying to deny a kill, but she doesn't in the end. So she uses her ultimate, delays her death, which again, delaying death when dragon's about to spawn is not great. So what I would be doing if I was blue team right now, Twisted Fate has just died but spawned. Renata has just died and spawned but also used ultimate. To me, this would be a big, right guys, let's go dragon straight away. But there isn't that urgency by the blue team. And by the way, this is a thing that you can do as a mid laner. So some people are like, you know, oh, what can Folky do as a mid laner about that? You can. A mid laner and practically anyone, and this is how, you know, some good players just take over games, they can create their own urgency. If you in mid go, dude, dragon's the thing to do now, go to dragon and start going, guys, help, let's do dragon, let's go. 9 times out of 10, your team will be like, okay, I'll go over and help do dragon. It happens. Like, people do kind of listen. So they do end up getting a double kill bot lane. Master Yi's on his way top. Again, Malphite you would think would be okay-ish, but Master Yi is Master Yi. Like, look, he can just melt through a Malphite. Bad flash. Again, he can't flash Master Yi Q, but at least Echo is now on the dragon. So yeah, Master Yi obviously very annoying champion. Kraken Slayer obviously can kill tanks, and Malphite goes down. So if I was that Malphite there, he had his, I think, flash and ultimate available. I would have gotten to that tower a lot quicker than he did. And then, well, get to tower ASAP. Master Yi, in theory, would have had to use his Q. So I would have probably flashed to the tower quicker instead of getting auto-attacked a bunch. Master Yi would have then probably queued to follow. And then Master Yi is under tower. and then ult him to CC him under tower. That's probably how I would have played it if I was the Malphite. So what would I be realistically looking for Folky to do? Realistically, as a AKALI, it's going to be hard to take on a Master Yi. It just is. Like, you can try to outplay him with the W and Shroud, so he can't auto-attack you. But I would be looking for Folky to potentially now go side lane, especially when you have TP available. Again, and then the other thing I was going to say is I'd be looking for Folky to go after the squishy champions. So, you know, the Zoe's having a bit of a rough game. She is squishy. Both the enemy bot laners are squishy, and so is the Twisted Fate. So, basically, I'm looking for Folky to go side lane and maybe try to bully the Twisted Fate a bit, but he kind of seems to be getting bullied by the Malphite anyway, and trying to build a bit more of a solo XP lead, because even though Folky's doing really, really well and decent, they're not miles ahead of that Zoe. So, yeah, side laning, they're both level 10. And that is, by the way, something that I personally struggle with, and I think everyone knows that, is it's the trust factor of I hate going side lane, because what happens if my team gets caught and then we lose because I wasn't there? Especially when you have teleport, I think a lot of people, including myself, need to let go of that and just kind of go, nah, screw it. Obviously, this Twisted Fate is having a really rough time. Has to be said. The enemy team seem to be trying to do is making plays with number advantage. But the thing is, even as a number advantage of 4, these 4 are incredibly weak. Again, I don't think I've ever seen Kraken Slayer rush. Nice play by Echo. I don't think I've ever seen Kraken Slayer rush on Caitlyn before. So Master Yi, and this is the thing, very nice. Using the Shroud to stop the auto attacks. He himself is quite squishy, but if he can constantly auto attack you, it's where it's really scary. Unfortunately, Red Team do win that fight overall in top lane, I think. Yeah, so 2 of the enemy team are dead for 3 of Folky's team. Teleport by Folky. Has got ultimate nearly available. 2-3 seconds. So here we go. What can we do? Ooh, impatience there, I would say. You could have been a lot more patient. Okay, very nice. Very nice. And now you can finish it off. So yeah, I think what Folky basically did there, and it's good. You're going to get all the kills. That's good. Folky saw the play in his head, and he a bit panicked, going, "Oh my god, I'm going to do it! I can get a triple kill. I'm going to do it!" And then the slight misplay at the beginning, it's pretty normal. Like, it's kind of like you're overly hyped because you can see the play, and then you actually misplay slightly. That's when the moments that you need to be really calm and just kind of be calculated in the play. Malphite once again just walked over the Twisted Fate and killed him. Obviously, the Master Yi, who is one of the people that can deal with the Malphite at the moment. He has, by the way, oh my god, he had components, and then he went Frozen Heart first item. It's like he's listening to me, which is weird, because he's obviously not. This is a replay. Echo? Yeah. I was about to say, you need to be careful there, my friend. Ginsu's Rage Blade, a lot of damage with a Master Yi. Bit of mistakes coming up by blue team. There's no reason they should be in the jungle. I think Echo obviously estimated the damage of a Master Yi, and now even the Master Yi gets to run down the Ezreal. So 1,000 gold plus for the Master Yi. And that's the thing. There are some champions in League that can kind of solo carry, and there's a lot that can't. Because obviously it is harder to solo carry now compared to years ago. Master Yi, in lower rating, is still one of those champions that I would say can solo carry. So giving him plus 1,000 bounty and stuff, yeah, don't do that. One of the things I would say about climbing, if you want to climb, risk taking is a big factor of climbing, because the more risks you sometimes take, the more fed you can potentially be. But at the same time, taking risks at calculated times is also something you need to consider. So Folky on the way bot lane does actually hit a lot of stuff. Boom, boom. So he might die to Leandri. It's very close. One more minion hit. Doesn't actually kill her. She's very low somewhere. She is down here, and I don't think anyone's noticed. But they're killing the Renata. I think the Zoe's going to get her base away. They did end up, by the way, killing the Master Yi, the Echo, and the Ashe. Presumably, they got the Echo W off with the Ashe ultimate, so it just chain sees heat him. But yeah, Zoe got away. I think Folky could have got down to the Renata. Oh, sorry, the Zoe, and they could have killed the Renata, but it's not the worst situation. Like, if it was a bounty, I would say, oh, you need to maximize that. But the Zoe wasn't on a bounty. She's 1-5, so it's kind of okay. But what I liked there was the confidence that Folky was like, no, I can actually go for this play. The Zoe, I would say, she needs to be careful. Like, even though that was a good trade for the Zoe, right now, Ulti as AKALI, if played well, will kill this Zoe. So yeah, Ash Arrow comes out, does hit the Zoe. Musty is in the area. He is going for the backline Ash, which is interesting. So okay, that damage. Oh, and another plus 1,000. So that's actually going to make this game really hard. It's actually more misplays by blue than anything else. So Master Yi is that annoying champion, and again, no one likes Master Yi, but like Malphite arguably should just be grouping. You stick together, you chain CC him, you can deal with him. But that's the problem with lower rating, and even higher rating sometimes. Coordination. It's simple coordination that beats a champion like Master Yi, but that's the premise, right? Is a lot of solo queue, there isn't coordination, and that's why a champion even as simple as Master Yi can do really well. So if I was Malphite, I, to be honest, would not go for this. I think this would just be death, but we'll see what he does. They are pretty low, and he is trying his best. He needs to go in at the right time, so they are actually pretty low. He needs to go for it, and he misses. Twisted Fate is dead. This could be a cleanup, to be honest. Yeah, that Malphite played that quite bad. They should be able to clean up a bunch of these kills, maybe. Okay, Folky's going to go for it. Nice, gets 1 kill. Ultimates for the second. Renata doesn't have flash. She actually flashed into the pit. But yeah, that Malphite, again, pressure is pressure. And what I would have guessed just happened there. My dog was at my feet and she's gone. What I guess just happened there is the Malphite panicked. The pressure probably got to him of like, oh my god, I can do it. And panic does happen. And instead of ulting 3 people when they were slightly clustered, he just ulted a Renata support. So it's unfortunate. It happens. Mistakes do happen. We're only human. We're not perfect. But those are those. That play right there could have been the absolute hero play. She's going to come back. Nice decision. I really like the decision there by Folky that he went for the E. He is going to go down, but it's nice to get the kill. Again, this Twisted Fate is kind of irrelevant this game. He's got 70-odd farm in 20 minutes. He's not very strong. And unless this game goes really late and, you know, he gets the full 6 items and farm is irrelevant by then, like, he's probably always going to be on the weaker side this game. Realistically, this, as weird as it sounds, is a kind of 5v1. Realistically, it's just kill the Master Yi at the right time and you end up killing the whole enemy team. Don't know if I would walk towards where you saw the Master Yi, but anyway. So yeah, what I'd like to see, we haven't seen side laning from Folky, so that is one thing. So could be a lot higher in XP. You know, you're level 13 where Master Yi himself is 14. Teleport, I believe, is coming down. You're standing still. No, you're just waiting for a bit. So yeah, I think you could have been higher XP if a bit of side laning. And this is the thing, you're teleporting to go side lane. You're ignoring the farm. Again, I wouldn't do that. I would never really, in that instance, teleport to go side lane. Because now, if a big fight breaks out in mid, you can't teleport to mid. So I would run to bot lane, kept the teleport, and then you could have TP'd mid. Because, like, look, there's a big fight breaking down. You can't get there, and now the enemy team is winning. I'm not saying if you were there 100% you would have turned it and won it. But I think it would have been probably the smarter play to not use your TP to go side lane. So yeah, literally, as I said, it's a 1v5. It's Master Yi versus your team. And how you beat a Master Yi, typically, is you group, chain CC, kill him before he can do anything, and voila, you win the game. So I think the potential side laning time of Folky may have already run out. Maybe could have done that a bit earlier into the game. And now you actually need to group up to stop a Master Yi taking over. Ooh. Again, it's risky being alone. Good Shroud use, obviously. But I think this is we have to give them an inhib. So yeah, this is what Master Yi can do, though. There are, again, very few champions still in League. Oh, now killing him would be good. Okay, that's nice. Now I would try to run them down, basically. Unfortunate Ash Arrow. Twisted Fate does use double sums. Teleport by Malphite going for the flank. Has got his ultimate available, but again, a Malphite by himself isn't that big of a threat. Folky going to try and run people down with the ultimate, ends up getting a couple kills. Is maybe still on the hunt, if anyone is in the jungle. Someone is teleporting to there. That's weird. Zoe teleport, unless wait, what? Maybe Zoe was like in their jungle and she just did a TP because it's quicker than basing. It is technically quicker. Basing, I think, takes 8 seconds or 4 seconds. Oh, no, sorry. A teleport takes 4 and a base takes 8. So it is, you know, a lot quicker. So again, they're now grouped up. Pings, you can see Marcy is like saying no, where Renata is trying to say yes. So if I was red team, and if you have any chance of winning this game, you know, that's Dragon Soul, by the way, for blue team and Folky. Any chance for Marcy's team to win is listen to the Marcy, be around him, and it's the weird thing. Both teams have to kind of do similar things, and it's kind of odd. So you counter a Master Yi by grouping and chain CCing him, but in the same flip of the coin, the Master Yi is that fed that if they protect him, the enemy team uses their CC. Renata 100% W's the Master Yi. If it's not used on Master Yi, then it's a waste. And they try to have to like make Master Yi run at everybody. So this is actually quite a weird dynamic game that both teams need to do kind of similar things. But yeah, so Malphite should definitely be grouping this. Twisted Fate is kind of trolling. I honestly have no idea. Marcy is on the Malphite. Once again, I think he had ultimate and everything. It doesn't seem like a lot. It seems like, oh, he's going to kill me. Yeah, he might have killed you anyway. But at least if you ult this side, then what? Marcy has to walk the whole way through a tier 2. He probably won't do that. It would be higher risk for him having to be here. So here we go. Oh dear. Big Renata ultimate. They could potentially turn on it. There's the W. But yeah, so the Malphite, and I know it's not Folky specifically, but the Malphite needs to just group up. Nice slow. Nice kill. Master Yi goes down. Quite a bad death by actually Master Yi there. But yeah, the Malphite, he needs... I know it's the standard thing for top laners now, is side lane, side lane, side lane. But every game is different, and this is a game you need to adapt to, that you win this game as a Malphite by helping your team kill a Master Yi. So Zoe is not respecting... Oh, Zoe's not respecting that she's basically surrounded, and they do end up killing the Zoe in the end. So still not level 16, halfway to level 16 for Folky, and this is because of the lack of side laning. Again, you have teleport up now. You could go for a bit of side laning and then teleport to the fight, as I mentioned earlier. It is risky to do that this game, I would say, because Folky himself is pretty strong, has high damage, and is somewhat the best chance for just killing the Master Yi instantly. But I still think a bit more solo XP would be the smart thing to do. So you're not helping with the Baron. You're confident that's going to go down. Twisted Fate's going to go down, I would imagine. And here we go. Ooh. So Folky did base with a fight happening here. That might have been a mistake because both of those two probably would have died. Master Yi is now in the area. Surprise, surprise. Here we go. Big damage. Good Zonya use. And then you've got ultimate for him. Ooh, the ultimate misses. Don't think you can get that, but there we go. At least it wasn't too bad. That could have been worse, so that's overall okay. Twisted Fate goes down. Caitlyn goes down. Echo goes down. So it's still advantage for blue team. Level 16 now, which is good. Master Yi probably isn't even that far away from level 17, if I had to guess. Yeah, Malphite obviously taking down the tier 2 tower, which is pretty nice. And again, by the way, I'm just saying, this Malphite has actually played this game pretty well. He's done pretty, I would say, normal standard play. It's just when a Master Yi is this fed and you're playing Malphite, which is the big CC over the top, I think it is somewhat up to him to be like, I will stop the Master Yi, guys. I'm with you. So AKALI waiting. Oh, you could be a bit more patient there. Run away. She's dead. Very nice. Twisted Fate is popping Ghost. Yeah, as I said, this Twisted Fate is kind of useless. Bit spread. I don't think Ash should be in the jungle by herself. Master Yi, again, I was kind of waiting for this. When would the Rage tilt split push start? It's technically maybe a good thing for him to do, as weird as it sounds, because he is crazy strong. And he could easily kill one person. Hell, he could kill 2 or 3, depending who goes for him. So it actually isn't the worst thing. Obviously, he is now, I'd say, overstaying his welcome, and he doesn't press W, so he goes down. So yeah, he overstayed his welcome there. And what basically happened is he was side laning, which I don't think is the wrong thing in some aspects. But his team gave no pressure. So because his team's not actively pushing on those pressure, they can just collapse on him, and then he ends up going down. So yeah, he either needed to back off a lot quicker, noticing his team wasn't giving him pressure, or his team needed to kind of step up and actually end up pushing a lot. But I don't think they had the opportunity, given the circumstance. Malphite gets another kill, presumably with the aid of the Ash Arrow. And now blue team is a bit spread, but I actually don't mind this because Master Yi is dead. Normally, I would not want blue team to be so spread, considering it's a fed Master Yi, because he could go bot lane, kill those two probably fairly easily in some instances, unless SOLOQ hits a really good combo. But Master Yi was dead, so I don't mind it as much. You can see he is in the area. He's thinking about going for it, and he is. He's ulted. So we've got hopefully high damage, and yeah. So they do, I would say, SOLOQ and Ezreal now have high enough damage that maybe it doesn't matter. And in the end of the day, Master Yi being one of the most basic champions in League, all he realistically can do is run at you. So if you just go for full burst on him, that a lot of the time does the job. Big Renata ultimate. Big Malphite ultimate, and that is going to be the game. So overall, I'd say SOLOQ played this game pretty well. Obviously, a lot of the mistakes weren't just SOLOQ, it was the whole team kind of allowing the Master Yi to get as strong as he did. What I liked that SOLOQ did throughout was, you're playing AKALI, you should play fairly aggressive, and SOLOQ did. I would say maybe a bit earlier into the game, there were a good 5-minute window of a bit of side laning, and that would have benefited SOLOQ being a bit ahead in XP earlier into the game. And again, teleporting bot lane to then side lane, I would say is a kind of mistake. You could have ran there and then used TP to help the fight. So little things like that, I would say were more inclined. But yeah, overall, pretty good. Again, nice AKALI play. I like that you're going for, obviously, the high risk, looking for the E at the right time to go for one target and then E back to the correct one. It's good you're looking for stuff like that, because it shows that you've got knowledge of your champion. And you can have knowledge of your champion no matter what rank you are. But yeah, overall, some really good play. AKALI, no doubt, obviously a pretty strong champion in the right hands. And yeah, you know, this game, I would say it was 1v5 for Master Yi. He had a cheese Twisted Fate top that got destroyed. Zoe naturally got beat quite bad. Bot lane also eventually got beat quite bad. So it was hard for the Master Yi. But in the end of the day, it's also a Master Yi. So he did take a lot of kills. Could he have spread it out a bit more? He only has 1 assist. So if he spread out the kills a bit more, would that have been better? Arguably, yes. Because, you know, you can just kill a Master Yi by himself. But if all of them are strong, it makes for a stronger army, as it were. But anyway, that's going to be it. If you guys did enjoy, and you enjoy these viewer spectates, do throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our glory to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal peace.